Welcome students. We are discussing about the chapter statistics. In previous video we have learned how to find out mean by direct method. So today we are discussing about the mean by assumed mean method. So see here, that is mean by assumed mean method. So for that the formulae are given here. That is, the first formula is d bar. D bar is equal to sigma fi di divided by sigma fi, and the second formula, that is for calculation of actually mean is equal to a plus d bar. So what are the things involved here? The letters involved are, what is the meaning of these letters? So that is given here. So let us see one by one. So this is a Greek alphabet that is called as sigma. The meaning of this is summation, or it is called as addition. Then Fi means frequencies. Then Di, D stands for deviations. Then D bar means mean of deviations. Then A is assume mean. So our method name is assume mean method. Means what? We have to assume something, we have to suppose something. So that is called as A. A means assume mean. So the mean, that is x bar, is denoted by the letter mean, and that is x bar is equal to what? Mean. So A is assume mean. What we have to assume, that is also given. It is the mid value of the class mark, that is midpoint. So we are going to see the example, then you will be very clear about this A. So students, let us see the example. Find the mean by assumed mean method by using the following data. So the data is given here: class and frequency. 40 to 50, the frequency is 13. 50 to 60 is a class, the frequency is 20. 60 to 70 is a class, then frequency is 24. 70 to 80 is a class, frequency is 36. 80 to 90 is a class, 7 is a frequency. Yes, students, let us see the table, how it is solved. So we have seen the question. Then in that question there were two columns, class and frequency, but these two columns given horizontally, so we made them vertically. So the first column is class, it is written vertically. The second column is frequency, it is given vertically, it is denoted by the letter Fi. Then the third column is Xi, class mark. It is also called as midpoint of the class. It is denoted by the symbol Xi. Then the next is here, that is Di. Newcomer is here. Di is equal to Xi minus A. So we have seen what is Di. Di stands for deviations. Then A stands for assumed mean. Then Xi minus 65. So where this 65 comes, 65 is a number at the center. So if the class is 40 to 50, then the class mark is 45. If 50 to 60 is a class, then 55 is a class mark. 60 to 70 is a class, 65 is a class mark. 70 to 80 is a class, 75 is a class mark. It is also called as midpoint. Then 80 to 90 is a class, then 85 is midpoint of the class. So students, how to calculate this? We know it. 40 plus 50 is 90. 90 is divided by 2, that comes 45. So it has one formula. Class mark or midpoint is given by the formula lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So by using that formula also we can calculate. Then see student, this number is at the center. Above this number there are two numbers, and below this number there are two numbers. So this number is only taken as A, that is assumed mean. Suppose in case of there are 6 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are here. In case of 6 numbers, then we will not get the exact center. So that time what we will do, we will find two centers. So there will be two numbers are at the center. So out of that, anyone we can take as a value. So that A value is written here. Then what is this? Di is Xi minus A, that is Xi minus 65, means from each number we are going to subtract 65, and what answers we are getting, that answers we are going to write here. So see, 45 minus 65 is minus 20. 55 minus 65 is minus 10. 65 minus 65, answer is 0. 75 minus 65, the answer is 10. 85 minus 65, the answer is 20. And the last column is very simple, that is Fi into Di. So in direct method we have seen it was Fi into Xi. So in assumed mean method it is Fi into Di. So see, here is Fi and here is Di. Then 13 multiplied by minus 20, the answer is minus 260, that is minus 260. Then 20 multiplied by minus 10, minus 200. 24 into 0, answer is 0. 36 into 10, answer is 360. 7 into 20, answer is 140. Then this column Fi into Di is completed. Then finally we are going to write it is sigma Fi Di. Okay, so this is nothing but sigma Fi Di. This value is known as sigma Fi Di. So what is the meaning of this sigma? As we have calculated here sigma Fi. So we have added this 13 plus 20 plus 24 plus 36 plus 7. So that answer gives 100. So sigma stands for summation, addition of the whole column. So how many numbers are involved in that? All numbers addition, that is summation, that is nothing but sigma Fi Di. So see students, here there are two positive numbers and two negative numbers. So two positive numbers are added separately, two negative numbers are added separately, and a positive number minus negative number. Okay, so the answer gives us what? 40. That is positive 40 is the answer for sigma Fi Di. Then see further part, this is the completion of table. Then further we are going to see the formulae. That is, first formula we written, that is d bar is equal to sigma Fi Di divided by sigma Fi. So what is d bar? D bar is the mean of deviations. So is equal to sign, below is equal to sign, written. Then sigma Fi Di is taken from here, that is 40 is written here. Sigma Fi is 100, it is taken from here. And then if you calculate this, you will get the value of d bar is 0.40. Then finally we have one more formula we have seen already, that is mean, that is called as x bar is equal to a plus d bar. So where a is assumed mean, so assumed mean means this, that is 65 is taken here plus 0.40, what value we have calculated here. So if you do the addition, 65 plus 40, the answer will come 65.40. So this is our final answer students. Mean is equal to 65.440, that is called as mean by assumed mean method. So students, I hope you understood today's method, that is mean by assumed mean method. So students, my channel name is Sunil Joshi Sir Mathematics. Various topics I am going to introduce here on my channel. So if you are not subscribed still, then you may subscribe my channel. Thank you all of you.